What's up, everybody? This is the Toasty Podcast. A little bit of a short show, if you will. My super short show. Remember that on Disney? Anyway, Britney Spears has just won the right to choose her own lawyer in her conservatorship case. This is a big win. As small as it seems, it is actually relatively pretty big because California, in the past, has not usually allowed you to choose your own lawyer in the conservatorship. Usually it is the conservator, I guess, would be her father. I don't know. It's not the conservatee that gets to choose. But she actually won to do it. Heck yeah, awesome. But I don't know if that'll get us anywhere. As immediately when the lawyer got hired, it is actually a federal prosecutor, a retired federal prosecutor that she has hired. And he asked if literally just the blatant question everyone wants to ask, right? The same question everyone wants is, and he asked it. He said, or actually he didn't really ask, he kind of demanded it, but he said her dad should no longer be in charge of her conservatorship. Of course, that was denied. The judge is not going to let that happen, I guess. I'm going to get it off the Hollywood Reporter here. I'm going to begin where they began. 3 weeks ago, Britney Spears publicly expressed for the first time that she wants her abusive conservatorship to end. That is incorrect. Publicly expressed for the first time? I would almost argue that when she shaved her head in front of millions, that was expressing it. When she was forced or, recommended to take certain pills and she just had tons of breakdowns all the time and couldn't handle it, that was expressing it. See, my problem with this whole thing is that this kid never had the chance to actually grow up in a real world because her father controlled almost everything. So when she's 16 and they come out with the Hit Me Baby One More Time, she was 16, guys. But at that point, she actually was not in this conservatorship. Okay? She was actually doing this, I don't know how much of this was on her own. It still may have been a push by the parents. I'm not sure. But then her dad was like, oh, crap, there's money here. I'm going to keep track of all this stuff, and you're not going to have any control. Well, when that happened, that takes a mental toll on you, being not in control of your own life for a long time, like 13 years. So that's where we end up. I know she did a lot of crazy things, and I get that, but I don't think regular people understand how messed up that side of things can get whenever you get famous like that. A lot of things can happen. That's why child fame is dangerous, and you can see the lasting effects of that. Drug overdoses or, whatever, pain medications that are too much or, there's just a lot of problems that can arise from it if it's not taken into account and assessed and watched. But it wasn't because it was for money. A long list of items were on the docket for the Wednesday afternoon hearing before L.A. County Superior Court Judge Brenda Penny. And the first to be decided is that Spears can hire Hollywood power lawyer Matthew Rosengart of Greenberg Traurig in her pursuit of ending the arrangement, which is good for us because I think he's pretty good. I don't know. That's what I've seen. I've seen some good stuff from him, I guess, apparently. I don't really know lawyers that well. Spears broke down in tears while addressing the court via telephone and demanded that her father be charged with conservatorship abuse. Quotes, I want to get my dad removed, ma'am, Spears said to Penny. I'm angry and I will go there. Spears initially asked Penny to clear the courtroom before she spoke, but the judge indicated it was an open proceeding and she'd need to have specifics about her intended testimony before doing that. She just didn't want anyone to hear or see or whatever because she's been in public literally her whole life, almost. The artist also requested that Rosengart be appointed as her personal attorney, and Penny moved the matter up the agenda to address it early on. The judge asked about his The judge asked about his firm's trust and estate practice, which Rosengart described as substantial. His team will include Eric Rowan, Scott Bertzik, and Lisa McCurdy, whom he'd introduced to the court. Ms. Spears does absolutely have the right to select her own attorney, Rosengart argued, adding that her powerful and compelling comments in the previous hearing showed she was more than capable of making the decision. See, up to this point, I didn't realize what's happening. They're assessing her mental state, and saying she cannot do it herself and she needs someone to be there for her. What is that saying that they use? She is a danger to herself and others. And that's what they always assess with Britney Spears. And that is, it's sad to see this, that it's her father's doing. What if she's fine? What if she's fine? You never know. Ingham interrupted proceedings in multiple times, saying Spears was texting him indicating that she wanted to speak. She apparently didn't have Rosengart's number saved in her phone. While much of what she said mirrored statements she delivered on June 23rd, Spears spoke with urgency and demanded that the court act on her wishes. I want to press charges against my father today, she told Judge Penny. I want an investigation into my dad. She spoke quickly. Penny asked Spears multiple times to slow down so that the court reporter could catch up on her transcription. Spears is mad. She's mad. She's frustrated. This is a lifelong thing. She's 40 years old almost. This is insane that this has to go this way and had to have lasted this long, I really feel for my childhood crush right now. In one of the hearings and more powerful moments, newly installed Rosengart said, "This is not working. We know that. The goal is to end the conservatorship. We have questions if this was even the proper forum back in 2008. Boom. Jamie Spears, after hearing his daughter's words in both hearings, should voluntarily leave his role as conservator of her estate. Wouldn't you? I'm not sure. If you're a dad out there and you're listening to this show, awesome. I appreciate it. Share the show. That's the only way we grow. This is the Toasty Podcast. But if you're a dad out there, would you ever consider doing this to your daughter? No. I don't think you would. I really don't think you would, unless her mental state was actually so bad that she couldn't take care of herself and she was a danger to others. See, that statement is so vague they can pin it on anybody. It's not really vague, honestly, but they're able to pin it on anybody because of the broad identifiers they might use for mental instability, right? It sucks, Sucks that we're at that point. Mental instability, and she might be mentally unstable, but it's not her own fault. It would be because of the conservatorship. I think it would be. I'd go insane. That is crazy that someone can take control of your entire life, not just finances. Conservatorship is different. It's your entire life, the way you do everything. Why is she still performing? Because her dad wants her to. Yeah, we will be filing as quickly as possible to get Miss Spears removed from the conservatorship, Rosengart said. If he loves his daughter, it is time to step aside and move on so she can have her life back. And that's the statement I'm going to leave you guys with. That's what's happening. That's the update on Britney Spears. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So stay toasty. Toasty.